It's just coming into a whole new world when you start this job. My name is Kayla Aicher, and I am 30 years old. I am a mother to a beautiful baby boy named Ezra. He is 1.5. And of course, I am a wife, and I live in Riverview, Florida. I am originally from California, the state. And then my parents are Navy, so we ended up moving to Maryland when I was about 23 years old. And yeah, so I guess Maryland is my second home. California would be my first, and now I live in Florida. So I went to California State University, Monterey Bay, and I majored for my undergrad in humanities and communications because at that time I wanted to do like journalism, news writing, and I was even kind of dabbling in like pre-law for a second there. But then once I started taking those courses, realized that wasn't really for me. And so once I graduated, I went into social work using my degree, loved it. It was really great. And then I went on to get my master's in business. So I have an MBA, and that's when I started doing more work in the field that I'm in today. Good question. So my current profession, I am a program manager for the federal government. I used to work in contracting before this for the Navy. And I chose this career honestly because it's what my mom did in the Navy. And she'd always talk to me about it. She had always, she'd come home from work, and I really just found what she did to be very interesting. And the more I would listen to her and hear, her experiences and just helping basically fund and help our warfighters and the mission that they do, I wanted to be a part of that as well. So that's how I got into this career. But my favorite part of the job that I currently do, like I said, I get to support the Navy, and I'm also supporting the Marine Corps and the Air Force as well right now. So it's just very fulfilling to be able to know that what I do supports our military, and make sure that they're safe, that they have everything they need to come home safely from missions and things of that nature. So it's really rewarding. The hardest part is knowing that I am managing, taxpayers' dollars, their money. So, when you one day get a job, you're going to be a taxpayer as well. And, I have a very, very big responsibility to make sure that I'm managing that money correctly. And like I said, just making sure that it goes into the right hands to get our military what they need. Most rewarding would be that I am supporting our country, and that I am, like I said, just giving back and doing something positive for the greater good of our country and for our military. And I also really love my team that I work with. We are very close knit as far as supporting one another and helping each other do our jobs well. So I really do love that. That's another part that I enjoy. Okay. So the challenge that I face when pursuing it's not a very popular career. It's not very well known. A lot of people, if I tell them what I do, they'd be like, what? They would have no idea. So that was a challenge, is, just getting into a career that no one's really ever heard of before. And that's just kind of not the norm of what, you know, typical jobs require. There was a lot of classes I had to take, not just with my college, but once I actually started the job, I had to get certain certifications, certain trainings I had to do, in addition to the schooling that I already had done to get my degree. So that was really challenging. It's just coming into a whole new world when you start this job. I would say you definitely, first and foremost, need to be a person who has good character and good integrity, right? Because you're responsible for such important things that are um, sometimes very complicated, sometimes very complex, and sometimes there are bad people who use this position to their advantage. And so you really integrity. You're a person who has good self-control and discipline. It can get very busy at times, and there are just numbers being thrown at you all over the place, very organized and disciplined. And then just also being somebody who communicates well. You want to make sure that the person on the other side who you're working with, your customers, things of that nature, you want to just make sure that you have a good working relationship with them and that you communicate very well. So currently, because I am now a wife and a mom, it does require a lot of balance. Thankfully, the organization that I work for now, they're very big about making sure that we have a good balance with our family and with work. And so we're working from home now. I know that you probably were doing virtual schooling for a while. And same with me, like I work from home. And so that's been very nice because I've been able to be home with my child and my husband and work as well. But prior to that, it would get a little difficult just because like my job is very demanding and it does require a lot of time. But yeah, it's now I found that balance, and I think it's it's a good path right now as far as work life balance. That's a good question too. Okay, so when it comes to my faith, I actually in this current position, I've been really blessed to have a supervisor who shares the same faith that I do. And so that's been, interesting with our interactions and how he sees things and how he perceives, different challenges that we face on a on a day-to-day basis. And when the times do get really busy, like for example right now is our super busy season with work. My faith comes into play because I have to lean on God sometimes, a lot of times, honestly, even just when it's not busy, to get me through those tough days and to give me the strength to not lose self-control, right? And or get angry when things are not going the right way. So yeah, I think faith is very important with the very stressful circumstances that sometimes my job brings about. Yes, I do. If you were to ever pursue this type of field, you will find that women, girls, we actually make up a big percent of the workforce of this specific career. So, what I would say is, just be confident in your abilities, be confident to know that, you know, just because you are a girl, don't ever make anyone let you or you're not uh I guess at the same level of the boys, if you will. Always be confident and always you know present your ideas and your anything that you would like to bring to the table that may have not been thought of without hesitation, and to find other female mentors. I'm sure you have that already, with what you're doing, but just in this career you would want to make sure that you find those mentors who would understand and relate to that aspect of who you are.